Welcome to Good for Her, THNK 1994's podcast. I'm Viviana.
I'm Matt. We have a lot of things that we want to talk about today.
A lot to catch up on, a lot to discuss, a lot to go through. 100%.
It's Saturday. How's your day?
It's good. I went to the Planet Fitness this morning, but I want to talk more about Planet Fitness later. We can talk about it now too. I feel like people, I'm people.
Hi.
I feel like Planet Fitness is underappreciated. I feel like the amenities that a good Planet Fitness can provide is bountiful. It's like it's great. If you can find one that's like right next to your house, not crowded, and that most of like the massage machines are working. It's like, what else do you need? Nothing. Classes? Yeah, classes are nice. I've loved classes, but classes live on your phone too. You can get a class anytime you want.
You can do them anywhere.
Juice and Toya. You know?
But you have to find definitely the right Planet Fitness. I've been to quite a few because I actually figured out that like they have the guest passes basically only track your email. So you're allowed one, but then you can't get another one for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to just use different emails. And then by the time you run through, if you have enough email accounts, the 3 months will have gone by and you can start back up again at the top of the list of your different emails signing up for free classes. So I've tried pretty much most of them in the city. I think the worst one is the one on Canal Street.
That one is horrible. That one's really, really bad. It's in a sub basement, but also I love that one. But why do you hate it?
Well, it's like, I don't know. I just had a bad experience there, I guess. I went there and like the massage chairs were occupied the whole time, so you couldn't use them. And then the bathroom, there was like shit in the urinal.
Yeah.
And then just like, I don't know. I guess I also went because I didn't have a lock on me, so I had to carry around my backpack to every like place that I went, and it was a lot of stuff to carry around. It just felt very like not a home fitness center. But I've been to other Planet Fitnesses that were very good. I think the one that's in Long Island City is pretty nice.
Well, remember we used to go there and we had to stop going there. That's why we started going to Orange Theory for that short time before the pandemic, because I tried to use a machine and this lady was like, "Are you using that?" And then I had a complete mental breakdown, and then you gave her a dirty look for me. Do you remember?
I do remember that. What was the lady that did something to you that was so heinous that you said the only thing that would make it right is if you met her outside when she left, you were in her car in the parking lot, and then you shot yourself?
That was a time in my life where like I wouldn't say like things were like really going my way.
Yeah.
But it was like it was at a like community center, fitness center. And
oftentimes the best ones.
So it can be like they had one like small kind of cardio room and like a weight room with like not a lot of machines, but like some free weights and like enough. And she was like doing something and I knew she was like moving around, but she was doing like 5 different machines. And I went in to go use one of the machines and she said, "Oh, I'm actually doing a rotation right now."
Oh, rotation? Of what?
Of what? You are the king of this community center?
Always rotating. And you know what? Oh, what are you running from?
What are you running from? How about you
never stop. Never stop in one spot.
Never stop in one spot and look around at what you're doing to the people around you, the community around you.
Yeah.
And There's other people here. And I wanted to do a cable exercise or something. And she didn't want to sit there and do like, oh, let me get all my reps out of the way. Take one machine and take your break on that machine and do your reps. Or you know what? Do two. Crazy, but do two. But don't do every machine in there. And say, this is actually my personal private gym. I'm Tony Stark. And everybody else is just, you work for me. And so I said that, also I was listening to a Taylor Swift song in my head, in like my headphones. And I don't remember which one it was, but I did feel it was like a confrontational song. And so I was getting like really pumped up. And so I said, yeah, I wanted to go to her car in the parking lot and wait for her to get out and then shoot myself. But I didn't do that because I don't have like, I don't do stuff like that. That was just, yeah, gyms can be really scary, can be hard. But I did find a great Planet Fitness that, well, I go there and it's not busy. But okay, so I saw on TikTok that they have like the total beauty enhancement machine. And what it does is it's supposed to give you red light therapy, and then it has like a vibra shake technology that's supposed to shake you while you're getting the red light therapy, and that's supposed to help with like lymphatic drainage and stuff. And I went on TikTok, everyone was like, oh, it's so great, this is how you use it, just start in the lower setting, boppity boopity boppity bop. So I'm very excited. I go down there, I'm like, I'm going to add this to my regimen. And then when I signed up, I made sure to say, oh, I've never used this before. Thinking they may come back and show me, how to turn it on and stuff. They didn't. They just said, go to this room. So I went there. I completely disrobed. I got nude because that's what they said to do online. And completely naked. And then I got in the machine, and I think I even bought protective eyewear because it was like a light machine. So I spent $6 on that. So I go in there completely naked, scrunching in some eyewear. I turn it on how they said to do on TikTok. And then the light is going. It is pink at best. I would not call it red light therapy. Okay. Number one. And then I'm like sitting there, buck naked, standing. And I'm like, well, when is it going to shake? And then about 2 minutes go by. I'm like, oh, my 10 minutes almost over. Okay. So I had to get all of my clothes back on, go out and say, hi, how do you make it shake? And she said, oh, the shaking part is broken, but the red light is really good for your skin. Okay, so I know what red light there is. I know what red light there is. And the shaking is a part of it. Yeah. And
the floor is supposed to shake.
yeah, it's like, do you ever see like girls on TikTok, they buy their own shake plate, but it's like just a vibration plate, and you can like
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to get. That it's supposed to shake everything loose out of you. And then yeah, so then I was like, oh, well, I didn't. Oh, okay, well, I was just expecting to shake because I've heard it shakes. So then I was like, I just got my things and I just walked out of there. But a few days later, I did see they finally put a little sign up that said the shaking plate is out of service. So thank God. I mean, I wish I would have known before I had those expectations and got excited. Yeah, but I persevere. They do have a hydro massage, which is nice, and I'm just grateful for. I'm grateful for Planet Fitness. I'm grateful.
What's
Gratitude.
the hydro massage? Is the chair?
They
Or
have a chair and a lay down bed, but basically it's like warm, and like there's like jets of water inside of it that hit you. So it feels like you're getting hit with jets of water, but it's dry.
Oh.
And then the massage chair also has balloons. Like, so if you put your legs in these little dockets, it's like a balloon will like balloon up and kind of like compress you, like hold you. You are held. And so that's nice. So I love that. And they have little candies. So after your workout, you can get like a little Tootsie Roll, and you go to get your little massage, and then it's like, oh, what a great treat for myself today.
Remember that girl from TikTok who was like at Equinox, and then she said that somebody smelled?
Yeah, Iris.
Iris, and then she like complained right to like the desk or whatever that this person smelled so bad.
No, somebody complained on her for saying that to her, and then she got banned from Equinox.
Oh right, and then she posted that video where she was like, "Equinox reminds me of my dad."
Yeah, yeah. She's a traveler. She
Yeah,
travels.
she does. She really she's great.
I think like it's gyms you're supposed to get the sweat out, get the sweat out.
At the end of
But
the day, they're supposed to get the sweat out.
yeah, so you will be sweating,
Yeah.
but if you haven't been in a while, if you haven't been sweating, then the sweat, I think if you're sweating constantly, then sweat doesn't smell. So maybe before you go to Equinox, you should do like a one or two at home workouts to
What
kind of
about
block yourself.
for red light therapy, which not a lot of gyms have? Like the Planet Fitness is like this is like the first I've ever heard of it. But red light therapy, I have heard you can just go on Alibaba and get because it's like pretty expensive to get an at home
Hmm.
one, like the
Hmm.
mask or like the helmet for your
Hmm.
hair. You can go on
Yeah.
Alibaba and find like ones that are like so cheap, and apparently it's like the same exact thing.
Well, let's do it because I also want a sauna bag. Um, and you're not like about this life. When I mentioned that I want to get a sauna bag, you're always like, that's crazy. But think about it, a bag to sweat in while you're lying down at home.
Yeah, I just am like, I might. How do you clean it?
You probably, it's probably like, well, a Planet Fitness, there's a spray bottle of something and you spray it, then you wipe it down.
Jenna Malone
You have the
loves
technology.
a sauna bag.
And Jenna Malone also loves hard boiled eggs, and you love hard boiled eggs.
Yeah, she had her in like it was like one of those like what I buy things, and like
Hmm.
she her list was like a sauna bag, a sack of hard boiled eggs, and then like a lot of supplements and like chlorophyll.
See, chlorophyll, I have thought there are few chlorophyll I've thought about getting. It's supposed to like oxygenate your blood or something. You put it in like water. Then
Okay.
also like mineral salt or like Celtic salt that has like minerals in it. People
Yeah.
say like this one lady was like, I had one sip of like water with mineral salts in it, and then I didn't need any water for the rest of the day. And then so the idea is like that your body's not retaining any water that ever you're putting in. You're just drinking and pissing for nothing. And then but if you do the mineral water, then it's like something's in there, and then it's like your body can absorb it, you know?
There are so many supplements. It's hard to know like which is the right one, and it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Like I just heard recently that if you before any meal eat a tablespoon of vinegar,
I've
um,
seen that.
it will like by 30% lower your glucose spike,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I don't even know what that does, but that sounds like I think it's like what is it? It's what does it do?
I think like glucose is like your blood sugar, like that, like,
Bad.
oh, makes you like crash or makes you like
No,
hungry
yeah,
again or bad
no.
digest or something like that. We don't want that.
We don't want to
We don't want
crash.
that. So
And
like,
then
yeah,
yeah, but also maca.
I would love maca. I would love to get into maca.
It's in everything. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but it's supposed to be good.
Mushroom? It's mushroom?
It's mushrooms based. It's probably from mushrooms. And I also heard that like collagen powder, but I did take that once and I took too much and I thought I was gonna die. But they have like the powders they did that like it's like the basically your skincare, you're doing your skincare from your inside out. And I
Yeah.
have heard that Justin Thoreau chugs collagen powder.
Well, what I've heard for collagen is that you can just take bone broth, like beef gelatin or beef gelatin, which or like chicken gelatin, beef gelatin, I don't know. And then you mix it with tart cherry juice, which is supposed to be anti-cancer and help you sleep. And then you make little jellies that are youth collagen jellies, and I bought all the supplies to do this, and I did it, but I think the molds I got were too small, so like they just kind of fell apart, and then I got bored of it.
Yeah, you need a good mold.
I need a good mold. Yeah.
Um, the TikTok shop has also a lot of supplements. I
Hmm.
found one recently that like was called Adril.
Adril.
and it's ADDRELL, but it's not what it sounds like. It's actually something else. I think I have a picture of it,
Oh, it's
and I
supposed to
can
sound
pull
like
it up.
Adderall.
Yeah, it's supposed to. It looks like Adderall when you look at it. Like, the,
Like, what, the pinks, the oranges?
there we go.
What does the pill look like?
I don't
Drell.
know. I bet it's kind of blue, but it says it's theobromine, 100 milligrams for energy focus and brain boost. Distributed by Adrena LLC.
Like adrenal.
Yeah, so like there's a nonstop flow of supplements coming at you, and you have to really pick and choose which ones you're going to use.
I feel that. I feel that. My supplement regimen is I just make sure to have my broccoli seed at least once a day. If I feel like I'm getting ill, I will take more of that. That has, let me tell you the supplement that has. I'm going to tell you broccoli. Okay, sulforaphane. And if you Google sulforaphane and then broccoli seeds are the best way to get it. Sulforaphane is a chemical and it cures everything. It cures like hair loss, cancer, um, inflammation. Mm, I take that every day. Like Google that supplement and then like look at like the MD Anderson and like John Hopkins studies. Okay,
Okay.
everybody
Okay.
needs this all the time. It's like cruciferous vegetables. That's get those cruciferous
Yeah.
vegetables. You know, so that's what I
Wow.
take every day. And then what do you take?
I take a protein powder, a college. I have the collagen powder, but I'm a little scared of it because of my experience.
I've been wanting to, okay, I want to take a protein powder. I want one. Well, I was thinking of just getting premier protein, pre-made stuff and just like having like, you always see them have like the protein coffee, where they just like mix coffee with premier protein already
Well,
made.
like those ones are they're kind of like Ensure.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are delicious, but
they're
I
delicious.
think that you don't really need to think like too much more beyond that. I mean, like that they've been around forever.
Hmm.
I think if they were really, really bad, they would be
Somebody would have said something
gone.
by now.
Somebody
Yeah,
would have heard. It would have trickled down, and
yeah,
so just get that, and then you could just like yeah, mix it with like a shot of espresso or something. Put it in a smoothie.
yeah. That sounds good.
Bring it to the beach. Yeah,
That sounds really nice. I think I will do that. I think I will do that. I'm not going to make it
yeah.
into a smoothie because you know what? I hate smoothies. I hate smoothies. I think they're disgusting. Every time we've tried to be like, let's get into smoothies. And then like the last year or so, you've like been having smoothies for dessert and stuff. And every time I see it, I'm like, I hate that. That's disgusting.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about because they're so good. You could put anything you want in it. You could put like,
Yeah, I can put anything I want in a soup. I'll have soup.
but this is sweet. It's like a dessert. Like you
Is
can
it sweet?
do. I mean, yeah, of course, it's got like fruit in it. Like it's sweet. And then you can also, I remember I had a phase where I figured out like if you put avocado and like cacao powder and then banana and then I think like agave and then like maybe that's it, but maybe some liquid, you make like a chocolate shake.
That is like,
But
I
it's
do remember that. That was really
pure
good. That was really
health.
good. Yeah. But don't you like? I see all these like short clips about health things on TikTok that like don't really explain things much further, but like they just terrify me. And one of it was like, God, I don't know what it was from, but it was like somebody was saying like if you put a banana in a blender, then it's like basically poison. It's like so high calorie after if you blend it. Is that crazy?
That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I mean, how could it become something else after a process? I mean, how does that happen?
I don't know. And see, like that scares me. That scares me about smoothies. Like, okay, if I go to a Jamba Juice, yes, 100%. I'm gonna stop in. It's like a once. Like it's like oh, it's like a novelty experience.
Mhm.
But I would much prefer like a juice, like a cold pressed juice, like that. Seemed that like a
Yeah.
beet and ginger juice. But smoothies, it's just like it's not really dessert. It's not. Although the chocolate ones you were talking about with the avocado, those are really good. So maybe I take it back. I don't know. But maybe not. Maybe I stand by it.
Yeah, think about it. I
I
encourage you
will.
to.
Well, I will.
Let me see. Did you see that Trump basically quoted Sheree?
Yes. And earlier that day, we had quoted Sheree that same thing. And then it was like very weird to see it.
If so, I'll play both, but there's
Okay.
like that famous like clip. It's like a meme of Sheree saying, "What happened to hello? How are you?" But here is the first. Hold on.
First of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. I'm saying hello, how are you?
Okay, and then
You have to say, hello, how are you? My name is. What happened to that?
so I thought
And
that was interesting.
you know, so what is he? Is he a Sheree fan? That's the question. Who isn't a Sheree fan?
Sheree is always in the conversation. Like, even when she's
Always.
not on the show, she's a part of the national conversation.
She's a part of the zeitgeist in a way that few are and few ever will be.
I think people who don't even watch the show know, like, She by Sheree.
She by Sheree, 100%. And there's that one meme that you have a screenshot of, and it's when she says, "I love my special chips." She's just eating some chips, and she's like, "I love my special chips."
Oh, that was a great scene, yeah.
And it's like, that is the most relatable thing in the world. When you have like, maybe they're like slightly healthy,
Mhm.
and it's like, oh, snack time, little chip time. Like, I'm going to have some of these chips. I feel like I can eat these chips. They're so good.
The chips are so personal. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, chips are so personal.
Once you find like a one, I mean,
Yeah.
I eat like disgusting chips because like the ones that are like super healthy, I feel like you can eat like the whole bag. So then I feel like that's why I want those, even though they don't really taste. They're sort of like styrofoamy, cardboardy, like communion-y a little bit.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit because I remember when we first met, you were into these gluten-free pretzels called like neutrinos or something.
Oh my god, yeah.
Those were trash. Those were like eating those were absolute trash. But recently you got into these lentil chips.
Well, they're made of lentils. They're made of lentils.
They're made of lentils.
So,
and I remember trying one of those. I was like, this is really good.
Okay, so those aren't so bad. Like those are they do have a styrofoam-y quality.
Sure.
But they're like salted pretty well. They have like all that going for them. They have the consistency of, do you remember? I mean, I think they still make them, but Munchos.
Yes. Yeah.
They're not exactly Munchos, but Munchos is sort of like,
if they were dipped in like some sort of powder, I think they could be like kind of like Munchos. But yeah, I think like the vibration of them is similar.
Munchos 100%. Is the best chip for me.
Here's
but I can't eat it.
You can't eat it?
I can't eat it that often.
No, I apologize for cutting you off a little bit, but I wanted to talk about what is that chip that's like the tortilla chip, but it's like made of cassava, that's like sold in Whole Foods, and it's like we got the nacho cheese one.
Munchos. It's not Munchos. We don't want to talk about Munchos. Cassava chip. I don't know. Is it?
No, you do know. You do know. You do know. I'm gonna Google it right now. Yes, you do. Chip. You're gonna.
Siete
chips.
They make cookies and they make chips that are complete magic tricks.
Oh my god! Here's my question: is that actually healthy for you? Because they're so good. I don't think they actually are healthy. I think they're maybe different. Like maybe they're gluten free or something. But
they tell you.
They tell you.
They say it on the bag. They list all. They're free of something that is in everything else. They're free of it.
Grain free.
Grain free.
Okay, so tortilla chips is
Can't
the
have
grain
it.
of corn. Okay.
Yeah. It's a grain. Well, wait, so they're not made of corn? Oh my God. I just saw a TikTok that
Mm-hmm.
showed you how tortilla chips were made.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this because it was like starting from scratch. You know, they bring in the corn and then
I'm
they're
scared
like,
because I just bought a big bag of tortilla chips, but keep going.
it's not anything bad. It's just that the process is it's so many steps. I was watching the video. I was like, said to myself, like, I can't. It was like stressing me out. It was like a step after a step after a step after a step.
Tell
It
me,
could
what are the
have gone
steps?
on and on. I mean, I don't even
Give me
remember, but
some.
it's like you would think that they take the corn, right? They cut it up. They obviously put it into one of those giant vats and then mix it around with like other stuff. And then you would think that like whatever then comes out of that is like flattened and then made into the chips. But basically, it's like imagine that process is kind of the heart of it, but there's so many other B and C steps. Like so, like I guess they take the corn, they cook it slightly, then they like put it into an oil thing, like stir it around or whatever. Then that has to be drained. Then that has to be like um uh what is it called? We put it in like a cheesecloth and like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
strained, and then so
Yeah.
then that strained thing comes out, and then that's like flattened. But then, and I'm skipping many steps here, and like every step, I was just like, somebody had to figure out, wait, how do we make a machine that like does this?
Yeah.
So it was almost too full of like a video to take it in one. The souls that were a part of it.
Well, okay. If we're
And
on
then,
this, yeah.
Yeah, but I can what? No, what?
No, keep going. Keep going.
Well, it's just keep going. It's just like all the different steps, but I don't even remember them, so I'm just kind of making it up.
Today, I was like, "Is any food safe?" And let me tell you why. Tell you why. I was making a sandwich, and I don't even want to say this out loud about what happened to me today because I haven't said it yet. I haven't told anybody.
Say it.
I was making a beautiful sandwich. I had the bread. I did a roast beef. I did the pepperoncini.
Okay.
A little melted mozzarella. Beautiful, beautiful. And then I went and I grabbed a tomato.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, I bought some new tomatoes today. I had one tomato that I bought last Thursday. And I'm going to say the name I from a grocery store. Okay? From Trader Joe's. And I sliced open this tomato. And this is something that I didn't think would ever happen to me because I've seen people and it happened to TikTok. And I was like, that'll never happen to me, but it happened to me today. I opened that tomato. Worms, parasites, flooded. They had multiplied thousands.
You couldn't tell from the outside of the tomato?
It was like a little like soft or whatever. And so I definitely wanted to look at it before I used it. You know, I was like, let me cut it open. Worst fucking nightmare. So I just very carefully, like I found like a little like bag, you know, you get your produce in, and I tied it up and I put it in the trash, and I put everything into the dishwasher. And I just and I was like, thank God I looked. At first I was like, are they alive? Because they kind of weren't moving. But I had to put it in the sink for a second to like get the bag and like collect myself. And I think they were. And here's the thing. Okay. Yeah, it was like a little old. So like I can see how there were so many. But even if I had eaten it fresh, they would have been in there. There would have been at least 2 in there.
Oh, like it would have traveled before you could see them
where did it
inside
start
of you.
from? Yeah. So then I was like, well, is the bread safe? Is the meat safe? I think the pepperoncinis were safe because those are pickled. I think everything should be pickled. I think we should only pickled things. But then I saw this girl and she went to a pickle day at a fair and then she had to go to the hospital because she had too much pickle sodium or something.
Oh, I saw that girl. I know her. She was
Yeah.
allergic though.
No, she's like, I think I'm allergic, but then they're like, it's just sodium.
Okay, but also she was being insane. She like got like
She went through a lot.
she ate like 4 million things
Yeah.
and then all of them were pickle. Like, you know, don't do that. But also that
what is safe to put if not pickled? What is safe if not pickled?
No, just eat a food and put it in and just don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Well, you didn't go through what I went through today.
Oh yeah, what an ugly story.
It was,
of course,
her
I don't
spirit.
believe a word of it.
Yes.
But this is like, I'm so glad that you brought it up. The woman who ate all the pickles because she obviously made herself sick for TikTok, for a video, for content, essentially. And what after rewatching the movie Fall, the 2022 classic movie, I
Greatest
feel
movie
that
ever made.
that is the story of that film.
Fall 2022, which we saw in theaters, and I believe we were both blown out of our seats.
I had it just, the other day, the palm sweat.
Yeah.
Just from watching it. It's like a physical reaction.
You were up there with them.
I don't know what it is about this movie, but like it's like normally like I've seen like Vertical Limit, I've seen Cliffhanger, or at least I've seen the like first 30 minutes of Cliffhanger narrated to me on TikTok with somebody in the corner or whatever. But something about this movie, the like way it's like filmed makes it so real. So if you've never seen it, it's the story of these two friends who, one of them, they used to be a group of 3. One of their husband was part of the group. They go climbing.
Fiance.
She does call him her husband. She does call him her husband. He dies while they're climbing, and then cut to the wife or fiance is now like she doesn't climb anymore. She's at the bars. She's drinking. She goes home. She's about to take a bunch of pills, and then her friend shows up at her apartment, and it was like, I got the thing to get you out of this funk. We're gonna climb a 2,000-foot TV tower.
And the girl who comes in, the blonde girl, she's like a content creator. She's like, do this with me. I need to do it for my followers. Please. Like, she has like this urgency. But really, she's kind of doing it to like get her out of her funk.
Well, it's a mix of both, because in the time since they've like hung out, she's now like got like a really big following, like 60,000 followers or something on like YouTube or whatever. But she does all these crazy things because she says, I need to be doing things that are insane to feel alive. And she does crazier and crazier things to please her following. So she tells this to the sad lady, and then they go together to climb this 2,000-foot TV tower. And it happens like where they get through all of that like so fast, and then immediately they're up. They do pass by roadkill that's like being attacked by vultures on the way, which is a sign of what's to come.
Foreshadowing.
And then they take like literally 1 foot onto the ladder, and then immediately they're like 1,000 feet in the air. It starts, and you're like so scared. Every like move is so calculated.
And I will say, I don't like these kind of movies. I don't like.
You don't like that, no?
The action adventure, like scary. This one sucks you in, and you are with them, and you are rooting for them, and you are feeling what they're feeling. It is such a phenomenal film.
They get to the top, and then when they get, it's like split into sections. The top section is just like a smaller pole. It just goes straight up into the air. And when they get up there, the ladder that brings them up breaks off. They end up being able to stay onto the top little like saucer that's at the very top, but the ladder to get back down is gone. So they are stuck. Their phones don't work. They have a drone, and they try. Their first move is to take their phone, and she posts to her followers, and then puts it inside of a bra, inside of a shoe, and drops it down, hoping
to
that
cushion the fall.
cushion, and in the meantime it'll post on its way down, and it doesn't happen because nobody cares. But it's just also kind of left open that maybe it did post and just nobody cared. And wow, what does that say? But the so like I don't know, just watching it, I felt like it was something I didn't realize before, was like this kind of commentary.
Oh.
On, they wouldn't have been at that tower if she wasn't looking for something to do with her, for her like followers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this search for content is going to lead you up a 2,000-foot TV tower with no way out.
Yeah. 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 It's also about telling people where you're going. Let them know where you're going.
Tell them, yeah, okay, well that would have solved a lot of their problems, because nobody knew where they were, so they couldn't really do anything. So like they try the cell phone, it doesn't work. They
try the drone, it crashes or something, right?
The first time they try the drone, they send it out, they realize the battery's low. Mm-hmm. So then she has to climb up the very top pole that just has a light attached to it, and then unscrew a light and put in the charger, which then it's still not working. She needs to take her wedding band and like put it in to conduct it, and then hold on to the pole for like 30 minutes while it charges.
And that's the thing. It's like they're literally on a ledge, essentially. Like, how are we going to watch 2 hours of them on a ledge? But then
size of a pizza box.
They they go up, they go down, and I don't know. I don't know if we should tell because I want to encourage people to watch this.
Well, I think it's been 2 years, and so like the big twist. So yeah, we could just say don't listen if you don't want to know.
Yeah,
the big
spoilers
twist.
Ahead.
The big twist is that they realize, like, after they try the cell phone thing, it like turns into nighttime. They find out because the sad woman looks at her friend and sees her foot has a tattoo 143. And that is what her husband, fiance, used to tell her because he couldn't say I love you. So it was like the number of letters in each word. So that is where she realizes, wait, why do you have that tattoo? That she finds out, and they admit it pretty fast, the friend, that they were having an affair with her husband for months. So then they go through that night. The next morning realize like nobody's coming for them. They have to get help. They have to like stay alive. And what had happened was their backpack had fallen down onto a satellite that
and
was
had
like
food in it.
Had food, no food, just a chapstick and a water.
Not a granola bar.
No granola bar. That would have been nice if they had a granola bar. We'll get to how she eats, okay. But the water is in the backpack. So the friend decides, I'm going to go get it. She sets up her line, like rappels down, then realizes she is just far enough where she can't reach the backpack. So she unhooks herself, swings, and lands on the satellite. So she gets the backpack, she has the water, she has a selfie stick in it, which then saves their life. Again, it's sort of like tying in. She takes the selfie stick and uses it to catch the rope with the backpack on it, and then jumps from the satellite onto that. So now she needs her friend, sad woman at the top, to pull her up while she rappels. They have to do it together. She makes it almost to the top, slips, falls back down, and then a sad woman pulls her back up, and then the story continues. Okay. They try the drone, which we talked about. It doesn't work. They have to go charge it. All the time, the friend is now acting a little weird. They're like, you have to stay awake. Like, tell me a story about your favorite wrestlers. And then they say that they're like talking about like, mankind and all this stuff. And then they say to the friend, wait, how did you know about the wrestlers? And then the friend's like, don't worry about it. Just keep talking to me. Like, guides her through, gets her to charge the drone. And then the friend like teaches her how to send the drone off. Now that it's charged, they send it to a motel. It gets just across the street. They wait for checkout time, so it's crowded, and they have a note attached to it that says "Help me." Gets just across the street, and a truck drives by and breaks the drone. Also, earlier, they did see people down on the street, and they had a flare. Not on the street, it was like a field or whatever, and they shot the flare. Those people saw them, but then those people just stole their car. So no one will help you.
No one will help you when you're in a tower.
No. And then after the drone breaks, it's like, okay, this is crazy. And then Sad Woman's idea is to try her phone now in a different shoe. So she says to her friend, give me your other shoe. And the friend says, I can't. I mean, she's not here. I am not here. And it turns out when she had slipped after getting the backpack and coming up, that first slip, she fell and died and hit it. She landed on the satellite and was dead.
And the sad lady just didn't let her mind accept it. And like, she was like, the friend was like, you have to eat, you have to eat. Like, she made her like kill a crow to eat, right?
Oh, because she has a cut on her, so the vultures are flying around her. And then she, like, this vulture keeps hitting her and then finally comes at her and she grabs it by the neck and then rips open the neck and eats it.
It is savage. And then she's like, don't you need to eat? And she's like, I'm not here. And then it ends with, she goes down to the body. She takes the phone again.
She after she eats and gets a meal in her, a vulture, in fall they eat the birds.
Yeah.
She goes down to the satellite, rappels down, and then takes her phone, texts her dad, shoves the phone in, puts it in a shoe, shoves the shoe inside the body of friend, and then pushes friend off the satellite down all the way to the ground, but then with enough cushion in the body.
Enough cushion from the friend's body, and the message sends. The father comes with the police, saves her. And it is, if you have not seen this, if you have seen it, just watch it again. Buckle, it is such a good fucking movie.
It's one of the great works. I feel like it's like a visual version of like the Odyssey, or like one of like these like famous like epic stories where it just is like relentless, but it's a sort of an allegory or like a metaphor for something else.
Yeah.
And they're and also the theme song is by Madison Beer, and it's so good.
There you
go. So imagine you're reading a famous like epic book, and it has a theme song by Madison Beer. Like,
done.
Okay, yeah. Amazing. They're making a Fall Part 2.
They are.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be like new people in a new situation, or what do you think?
I mean, I have to imagine it's like going to be a new situation. They can't just use the same TV tower. I think probably like they got to be like a building or something, right?
Right, but it's going to be the same sad lady or new sad. It's going to be like probably like new people. That's fine. But I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, because it has to be new people, because it has to be sort of like more
What's
like
their situation.
What are the archetypes? So this was sad lady, friend, father.
Yeah. Dead husband.
Dead husband. You know, who are these new people that we can all project our personalities onto? We can all put ourselves into these people and feel what they're feeling and have a experience at the movies that is like unlike anything else, where, you know, you can't even look. It's like painful. Like,
and not even archetypes of people, archetypes of self. Because I was going to say, who are you in Fall? But it's like, no, we all have all of them in us. We all have sad lady. We all have close friend. We all have father. We all have steel car person. You know,
yeah.
We all have vulture. You know,
we all have that in us.
Yeah,
that's why it works so well. It's like just enough to tell the story, and not to mention also, I will say, like, how rare to have a movie that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and like a good like length. Really, just like, I don't understand why. I mean, they're making a sequel, so I think it was popular, but I don't understand why it's like hasn't picked up the legendary status of like Jaws or all those like Midsummer.
Mm-hmm.
Midsummer, I don't know. I cannot be any of these people. I don't know these people. I'm not going on a trip like that. Like, but somebody is coming to me and saying like, I have a fun idea for something. And do you want to be a part of it? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not going
relatable.
to Sweden.
No, I'm not going to Sweden. I'm not. And if I do go to Sweden, I'm walking out of there pretty fast. You know?
I mean, I'm going to Sweden, but I'm not going in the woods in Sweden. I'm going to go to like a downtown Sweden, you know? Like I'm going to be like, what is the life like, you know? I want to meet, I want to see things. I want to travel and meet people.
What's a Swedish cafe like? You know, where do you have a nice glass of wine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why we travel together and we don't travel with other people. They're always taking you to Sweden and going to the woods, you know?
Yeah.
Not for me. A hardcore recommend. Okay, I want to talk to you and I want to ask you if you have want me to tell you about a fun new product I have and that I want to talk about.
Okay.
L'Occitane shower oil.
Heard of it?
Now, I previously I had gotten into the post shower oil where it's like you've done your cleaning, you've turned off the thing, you're still wet, then you put a neutral oil on you, like a Neutrogena sesame oil. You don't wipe it off; it locks in the moisture, and I love that. L'Occitane has an in-shower oil. So essentially, like you go in your shower, you'll take. What I do is like I do a Dove or a Dial Bar just for my antibacterial clean. Second step is the shower oil. It's for use in the shower. It lathers. It's a washing oil, but you can also use it as a shaving oil. So like shaving your legs and stuff. And then also I have like the mitts, the exfoliating mitts. And so I do the shower oil, I'll shave, and then like I'll also exfoliate with this oil. Rinse it off. Then you do your post shower oil. It is so fucking bomb. It's like I look forward to it every day. I have never been smoother. I am radiant. I am scrubbed. Now I got
smooth.
this. I am. I'm really smooth right now.
Say it. You are.
I'll say it. I'm telling the world right now. I am. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm smooth. Now I got this on Prime Day because it is kind of expensive and they didn't have the almond. The almond is like their kind of like famous flavor. So I got the vanilla, but I can, even in the smell of that, I know deep down it wants to be almond. So next time I refill, I'm going to get the almond. But they have different products. I want to branch out. They have a post shower oil. I think they also have like a cream. I want the whole line. I crave it. I need it. I want it. And if I could give a gift to anybody, it would be to live near Planet Fitness and have this L'Occitane shower oil. Because I think that those two things have like really these past few weeks just like made my life complete.
I would like to try it.
I think you should try it. Do you have any products that you are excited about?
I stopped in the Macy's in downtown Brooklyn, and I walked around the main floor, and I saw they had a Kiehl's, so I was like, oh, let me check it out. And then they had a Kiehl's fragrance.
I've never saw
called Kiehl's Original Musk. So I sprayed that on, and that I love. But when I went back to like buy it, and then she was like, it's sold out. So I was like, okay, do you have the lotion? She's like, no, it's sold out. So I don't know. I'm just like, I don't want to order it online, but I don't know why. What I want to do is order like 4 million fragrances on eBay, because they're like a little bit cheaper. And I think you could pretty much tell like if like something is good because like they have reviews. So I don't think like if somebody's like selling something and like has terrible reviews, like then you can know, okay, this is gonna send me piss or whatever. But like if they have like really good reviews and like you look at the other things they're selling and they're all like within that world, then I'm like, okay, like that makes sense. I think it's be fine. It's not in the box, but like who cares? But yeah, that is my new product. The Kiehl's Original Musk. It smells. I put it on like when it was earlier today, so I sprayed it again. And it smells just like really, really good.
Mm,
I'm gonna buy it. It sounds like it's
get
like
it.
not that expensive. It's like, I
What does
mean,
it evoke? What does it evoke for you? Is it musky?
it's like, I don't know. I don't understand musk because like I smell things that say they're like musky, and they smell like really like powdery and like sweet almost. But this is not that. But it's called
Mm-hmm.
musk. It smells like it's like sexy more. It like is like a little like almost dirty, almost like has like a not good smell to it in a
Mm-hmm.
way. But yeah, it's like it's really good. It's like gym-y.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
That's what I would expect from Kiehl's. Yeah.
yeah, it's something you would be in a gym.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
I have three. I'm going through three. I like a lot of fragrances. Oh, the other
Say
product that
that.
you introduced me to that I think I'm using more diligently than you, honestly, because I'm using it 2 times a day religiously.
As do I. So don't,
Do
because I
you?
do. I use
Have
it
you been?
twice a day. Yeah.
Okay. Tier milky skin toner. And it is very thick. So if you put it on dry skin, you're gonna be like, this is too thick. None of my other serums are gonna get through this. How is this a toner? That was my first experience with it. But if you do it like you do the shower oil, where it's like when your face after you wash it, it's still dripping. If you put it in then, your skin sucks it up. And I mean, like sometimes I'll be like on a FaceTime and I'll be like, wow, I am shy. I am hydrated.
Yeah, bugs will die on your face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's so thick.
yeah.
And it just like feels real. Any toner that's not like a milk
Get it
consistency,
out of
I'm
here.
like, well, what are we doing with this? Like, this
Yeah.
is water.
I like the milk
It's
that's also the exfoliating ones, like the Kiehl's ones, the milky exfoliating toner.
yeah, that was the first toner I ever got. This lady was like, the Kiehl's people are very convincing, and so I bought that, but then I lit a candle next to it and it burnt up. But milky toners are like, sorry, they're it.
They're
Yeah.
Milky toners are it.
There's nothing better.
There's nothing better. There's nothing greater. Well, thank you for telling me about your products.
Well, I wish I had more. I think like next time we record, I'm gonna have more because I'm definitely gonna buy this thing, and who knows what else I'm gonna buy on eBay. I think they're selling it on eBay,
Yeah.
so I would love to share with you a little bit more. This is more I'm in the testing phase of buying something, a little
Well-
treat because I need one. So it's
Yeah. Well, I think if we record more often, that's an excuse to buy more product.
well, we love that.
So I think you'll be hearing from us more often, folks. Thank you for tuning to Good for Her.
Watch fall.
Watch fall, and we should do a screen of that. Let's call the fall people and say, let's bring this back. Let's bring this back to theaters.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. The world's ready. Watch fall. Learn something about yourself.
Oh, and hold on.
Good for her.
There we go.
Know that?